Alright, these next two problems are 7 and 9. It's still in 8.2, so we're still looking at those inverse functions. So the way you approach the sine inverse of cosine of 0, you always start by looking at the inside. Evaluate the inside. So that means we have to find the cosine of 0. So that's a unit circle value, which we should all know that cosine of 0 is 1. So that whole inside becomes just 1. From there, we're back to what we talked about before, sine inverse of some ratio, in this case 1. So sine inverse, again, the domain of sine inverse is, let me change color quick, negative pi over 2 to pi over 2. Alright, so we can cut that in half. You know, negative pi over 2 to 0. Sorry, there we go. There we go. Okay. Not really sure what happened there. Alright. So, anyways, back to whatever just happened with my computer there. Because we know that the sine inverse, in our case here, 1 is positive, we know that our answer is in quadrant 1. So where does sine equal 1 in the first quadrant? Well, it happens to equal it right at that endpoint, pi over 2. So our answer here is the sine inverse of 1 equals pi over 2. Okay, sine inverse, you're looking for an angle. Up here, the cosine of 0, we're looking for an actual ratio, an answer, a specific value. With sine inverse, we're looking for an angle. In this case, the angle is pi over 2. For some of you who are still in degree mode, of course that's 90 degrees. Alright, but bottom line is, answer for 7 is pi over 2. Now, on to number 9. Number 9, we're going to do the same thing. We're going to take and evaluate cosine of pi. Well, if you need to, take a minute, pause the video, reference your unit circle. Otherwise, if you don't need to, let's move forward. Cosine of pi. Well, that's pi is 180. That should, as you well know, give us negative 1. Alright. Now, cosine pi is negative 1, so tangent inverse of negative 1, we're now looking for an angle. Well, tangent, remember the domain of tangent, inverse, is just like sine, negative pi over 2 to pi over 2. And because it's negative, we can pretty well cross off the positive quadrant, quadrant 1, and we're looking at just quadrant 4. So, tangent inverse, let's see, tangent at negative 1, we're in this quadrant down here. Well, tangent's negative 1 at a 45 degrees, so we're in quadrant 4, and we're looking at this angle right here, negative 45 degrees. So what angle in negative pi over 2 to pi over 2 gives us negative 1? And the answer is negative pi over 4, or negative 45 degrees. And that is answer to number 9. I'm going to do 11 and 13 on the next video.